guys. As you can see, I'm at Nantes airport today. I just wanted to come on and just say I'm not going to probably do much of a vlog this week. My mum's quite poor and she's on holiday at my sister's in Portugal and she's had a stroke. So that's why I'm at the airport and on my way to go and see her. So she should have had an operation last night. I'm not sure what the operation was, whether it's a blood clot, but she's had a massive stroke. So that's what I'm doing this week. I'm off to Portugal to just near Lisbon. I'm actually flying to Faro. That was a mistake of mine in all the panic last night. I should have been flying to Porto and I booked the wrong flight. So that's stress for you. So anyway, I'll probably do a little bit of vlogging, but obviously I'm not really in the right frame of mind at the moment. So I'll let you know how we get on though, and I'll speak to you soon. Messy. Sign of my tiny tiddly piddly case yet that had to go in the hold for 70 quid. Oh, there she is, that little one there. That's not it. Mine got last off. Last off. Usually first stop, aren't they, if they're last on. You've been busy? Talking to me. Well, I've made it to Faro. What an absolute day I am having. Oh, it's been hell, absolute hell. I've gone through every emotion. I've cried, I've laughed, I've shouted at somebody, I've shouted at the taxi driver. Up to now, I mean, I've been to Portugal loads of times with my sisters and they're so friendly up where she lives. She lives near Lisbon, whether it's different in the south, but up to now they've been awful. So I set off at 7 o'clock this morning because I wanted to get there for about 10, even though my flight was at 1. But I wanted to find my way around and everything, and I wasn't sure where to get dropped off. So every eventuality I thought we could break down or anything like that. So we set off at 7. Lee dropped me off. Well, I drove. Lee dropped me off at like 10ish, and then he drove the car back. Got to the airport, sat and had a coffee, and then I went up the stairs to where you go to check your bags in and everything. I'm just having a glass of wine. I bloody need this. I had a lovely Caesar salad, chicken Caesar salad. That was really nice. It wasn't a bad price either, to be honest, for airport food. I think it was about €10, €40, something like that. So I had that and a glass of orange juice. And then I went down to get on the flight. So I've got, it's tiny in my bag. It's absolutely tiny. I don't know whether you can see it on the camera. But it's just like the smallest of the suitcases that you can get. But I've got a CPAP machine. And when I've looked online, every airline allows CPAP machines because they're a medical requirement, allows them as an extra to your luggage. So I thought, right, I've got my suitcase and I've got my CPAP machine and then I've got a small bag with my passport in and stuff like that. Gets to the where you're going through to get on the plane, and she said, no, you can't go through with them 2 bags. So she said, you need to pay for it. So she charged me €70 for that little tiny bag. Well, I burst into tears. I thought, I don't need this right now. I really don't need this. But what could I do? I had to pay it, didn't I? So that was one of the first things that went wrong. And then it's just like I got on the plane and I was just really weepy. Anyway, I had a Johnny Walker whiskey and Diet Coke and settled down for the flight. The flight was all right actually, but they weren't very friendly, the stewardesses or anything. You know, they weren't very nice at all. Anyway, so then I arrived at what originally I was booking to come to Porto, because Lisbon's the ideal airport to fly to get to my sister's house, because it's only about 1 hour and 20 away, whereas Porto's about 2 hours away, Faro's about 4 hours away. So I told my sister I was going to book to go to Porto and then I was going to get the bus from Porto, so that all planned out in my head. Booked the ticket, sent her the confirmation. She said, I thought you were coming to Porto. I'd only booked bloody Faro, hadn't I? Oh, God. So that was the start of the drama. So I thought, all right, just ride with it. I've got to Porto. I booked it. I paid for it. I'm gonna have to come to Porto, and not Porto, Faro. See, I'm doing it again. Come to Faro. So I got to Faro, got off the flight, went to the tourist information. Are tourist information not meant to be information for tourists? Is that not what they're, supposed to do? Well, he wasn't very friendly at all. I asked him where the station was, and he said it's in the town centre, in the city centre. So I said, oh right, okay. So how do I get there? There's a bus. Oh, there's a taxi. So, well, which do you think is the better option? I thought the bus would be a cheaper option. Yeah, the bus. So I said, where's the bus then? Thank you, Mr. Nice Tourist Information Man. So I goes out looking for the bus. I looked all over the airport. I tell you what, it's a good job I booked my train for 4 o'clock, otherwise I'd have probably missed that. So I'd have been paying like €70 extra for my bags, and then I'd have missed my train and I'd have lost another €30. So I looked everywhere for this bus. He told me it were number 16 bus. Well, there were about 4 different destinations for number 16. Anyway, I looked for it, couldn't find it. So I thought, sod it, I'm just going to get a taxi. Well, I did go to some bus. I could see some buses. So I went down to where they were and I asked this guy, and he went, these are the tourist buses, for taking people to their hotels. You need the regular bus over there. So couldn't find it, so I thought, right, sod it, I'll get a taxi. So I went to the taxi, asked him how much it'd be to Faro station, and he said €12. I said, have you got a cash machine? And I thought he said yes. So gets in the car, wasn't very talkative at all. He was like bloody Mad Max. He was so fast and scary, really scary, whizzing in and out of everybody, and like they do taxi drivers. I asked him what time we were on till, like James does on By the Curb. If you ever watched By the Curb, he's like, been busy, what time you on till? Well, he only got to been busy and he just totally blanked me. So I thought, forget it. So then when we gets out of the taxi, he said €12 something. So I said, get some card out. He went, I don't take card. I said, you just told me you take card. No, I did not. So I said, why is everybody so unfriendly? I said, I've not met one nice person since I got off that plane. And he just looked at me. So anyway, he got his card machine out. So he did have a card machine. So I've just come in this bar. The first thing I asked was, do you take card? Because I didn't have any cash. I said, no, we don't take card. We only take cash. Nice enough. But I'd noticed there was, I'd been in the train station just to double check that was at the right place. Because I thought, knowing my luck today, there'll be three train stations in Faro, and I'm at the wrong one. But I'm at the right one. He's told me which line it is. It's number 6, and it's just out the window. So it's just there, line 6. So I'm going to have this wine, and then I'm going to get a train to Lisbon, and then I have to change at Lisbon to get to Tamar, which is where my sister lives, and my brother-in-law is going to pick me up, but it's going to be like 9:45 tonight, so I'm not going to get to see mum today. My sister's got her next door neighbour ringing the hospital at 4 o'clock just to see if she can get some information, because my sister speaks quite good Portuguese, but when it's like medically related, it's very hard, and if they're talking really fast on the telephone, you just can't understand what they're saying. So Manuel has kindly offered to ring up and get an update on my mum. They did tell her that she's on a ward, so I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know what kind of ward. So I don't know whether she's had an operation, because they were supposed to be doing surgery on her last night. So we don't know. So I said to my sister Carolyn, I said, I'll get to you. And then she said, we'll go and see her in the morning. So that's what we're going to do. So hopefully we'll have an update at 4 o'clock, and we can kind of, either get some reassurance or get even more stressed out about the whole situation. But that's where we're at. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my wine now, because I think I deserve this. So cheers, and I'll speak to you soon. Lovely blue sky, it's boiling. Water's just over there. See little boats, and I'm sat at line 6, and that's my train to Lisbon Orient. It goes at 4 o'clock, so I'm not getting on yet, although I might have to get on about 1:45, because otherwise I might not get a seat. And that would be the final straw. You can see the airport over there. You can see the planes. The plane! Up there. And that robbing bastard just charged me over €12 for literally 2 kilometres. Absolutely daylight robbery. We're that close to the airport. 12 bloody euros. 21 degrees. Nice little train actually, it's got buffy car. And I've just got window seat. So I can see the airport again and the planes. Grey out there now. On the blue skies that were in Faro. Further up north you get the the worse the weather gets. Never mind, I'm not here for the sunshine. So this is my current position. Got moved. I'm used to these bollockings now. Sat in the wrong seat, so I had to get all my bags down and move to the next carriage. But it's better actually because I've got lots of leg room. I'm still not in the right seat. I waited for him to come in and I just said to him, the guard, because he was the one that told me to move, I thought I'll sit in the first seat and just wait for him to come in because I didn't know which seat I had to go and sit in. So anyway, he said, oh, you're alright at that one, stay in this one. So that's where I stayed. So I'm on the train to Lisbon and what time is it? I don't know what time it is. It's about, well, it left at 4 and I've been on it about half an hour, so it gets in at 7. And then my next train is about 7:40, 7:45. Gets in at Tamar at 9:45, so I'm on that for, I think I'm on it for about an hour and 45, something like that. So yeah, so I might get my head down and have a bit of sleep. But yeah, I'm having Portuguese bollocking now, and I've just had a message off the bank saying that my card has been blocked for suspicious activity. So it's a good job I've got another bank card, so I've just transferred some money over to the other bank card, otherwise I would have been stuffed, well and truly stuffed. So it's just one of them days, isn't it? It's just not going right for me at all. So I'm going to close my eyes and try and blot it all out, block it all out. Sorry, I'm coming on for another moan. Just remembered a couple of other things that happened on the aeroplane. So, don't get me wrong, I love kids. Well, I couldn't eat a full one. But, God, there were some scraggly kids on that flight. Jesus. Oh, non-stop. Really hard work. And an adult sat next to me was making this noise. It was like, he was just what do you call it? Like his snot in his nose. It was like that, and his mouth kept doing it, and he was coughing, sneezing. Probably catch some bloody coronavirus or something as well, just to, you know, add to everything else. But let me just show you this beautiful scenery. The scenery is stunning, so it is a nice way to travel on the train, but it's going quite fast. And please don't derail, train. We're on like a little bit of a hilly bit, aqueducty bit, I don't know, aqueduct, viaduct. So I don't know if there's a train coming the other way, but please don't derail. That'd just be, just want to get there, knackered, absolutely knackered. But that's been another rant for the day. Gosh, I don't know where we are now, but we're going up somewhere. If anybody knows where we are, we're about an hour. We're about an hour from Lisbon. Some big bridge. Lisbon now. It's getting very high-risey. But well, it's not too bad on that side. But look at this side. There's lots of high-rises before. It's gone back to some pretty houses now. Let's go back to scrubland over that side. So who knows? I don't think we're long off. We're only 20 minutes off. There's a big bridge up there. See the top of it. There's a statue of Christ Redeemer. Could be wrong, but I think we're actually going under the water. Ooh, which is a bit spooky. Because Christ Redeemer wasn't far from here. But we come out the other end, on the other side of the water. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I thought we went over that. Lisbon Orient Station is absolutely huge. There's so many platforms. And over there you've got a big shopping centre, Vasco da Gama. Look, these are like boats, aren't they? I'm absolutely shattered though. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next half an hour. Well, there's down here all these books. It's like CDs and all sorts. Yeah, it's quite a big station.